But you did mention the Sony showcase, which is happening on Wednesday, May 24th, which is from the time I'm recording 3 days from now. So I want to talk about what you and I are gonna, what we think is gonna show up, and what could arguably be the very beginning of quote unquote E3 season. Rest in peace E3, but you know
Oh
what we
yeah, I
mean.
forgot E3 is just not even happening this year.
Yeah, instead of June, we're getting it in May, just a little bit early. Isn't so bad. So it's been quite a while since Sony has really shown up in this sort of capacity. I think I saw a stat somewhere that said 20 months. I'm not sure if that's correct. But
Yeah,
it's
we've had.
felt long.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we've had state of plays here and there, but like we haven't. I was even shocked to like know that detail too. Like the last Sony showcase was like 20, what was it, 2020, 2021.
When they announced the Wolverine and Knights of the Old Republic
Yeah,
and a
so that
bunch of
was
other
like
games that still haven't come
that was
out.
like right before the PS5 launch. Yeah, so I'm surprised it's been that long.
Yeah, it was a whole different period of my life because I'm remembering right now. So Sony, it's their time to shine, and take it from me. Xbox, it's been a rough quarter for Xbox. Not gonna lie. Well, I shouldn't say that. They had a Hi-Fi Rush. They had a couple wins early in the year, but we've been taking our lumps recently. So this is Sony's opportunity to come in and pounce and dominate the conversation, come up swinging, put their humongous schlong on the table, and show everyone
Jesus.
what they've been working on for the past 20 months, if not longer. Um, so I think it is very right to say that expectations are very high for PlayStation right now, and rightfully so. Because if they don't if they don't if they don't give some heat in this one, everyone's gonna be wondering what have they been doing. I don't believe that's gonna happen. I truly believe they're gonna knock everyone's socks off because that's the way they do things. Um, so before I wanna get into what you're thinking, I'll just go over what's probably gonna show up, what's gonna be expected by others. So we got we could get um that live service game from Firewalk Studios. We could get factions, right, from Naughty Dog. We get that rumored Twisted Metal game, also from Fire Sprite. Obviously, I think the biggest expectation right now is Spider-Man 2 from Insomniac, because that got announced 20 months ago at that last showcase, and so they must have a pretty. So I guarantee we're going to see a pretty chunky gameplay trailer uh, on Wednesday. Um, we could get whatever's coming out from uh, Santa Monica. We could get Last of Us Part Two director's cut. Who knows? It only makes sense, but it's been pretty soon since part one. Uh, and some third party stuff. Like obviously, we're gonna see Final Fantasy 16, right?
Yeah,
Right?
I feel like there might be like a final trailer or whatever because I think it's I'm not gonna lie, it's like
Kind
kind
of.
of been like in every like Sony presentation, like state of plays and
Yes.
stuff like that. Like they're kind of like overdoing it in the marketing, but I guess that's just PlayStation's end on that side. Um, yeah, they're probably gonna do that, show that here. Demo announcement maybe. I know Yoshida said like it's gonna happen 2 weeks before release, but like they could probably like announce it the date of the demo here. I don't know, or like or wait,
And
I don't know. It's like kind of hard. The demo is supposed to happen like soon, so
and am I wrong in thinking that the game 16 comes out in July? Or
June
am I
22nd. I want to say is what it was.
okay?
So like we're literally like a month away.
And then everyone's still wondering like where the hell Rebirth is, which was also announced quite a while ago.
Yeah.
Um,
About that, I I feel all right. So the logical side of me is saying that it's not gonna happen. They don't want to like overshadow 16. They don't want to like promote Rebirth before 16 comes out. But like my heart wants to say like yes, show like a trailer for it, show it being announced for like December, because I want that so bad, and two, I want those fantasy critic points, man. We need those points. You see how many
I
points
mean,
Tears of the Kingdom got us? Like freaking 34 or something like that. We're banking on that.
yeah, let's extend our lead. Man, imagine picking up Suicide Squad.
Oof.
Anyway, we're probably gonna see Street Fighter 6. Um,
Yeah, I think
and
there's an open. I don't know if that open beta is like this weekend happening as recording or it's next weekend. I know there's an open beta happening soonish or something like that.
yes,
So maybe they can announce more details on that. Actually, I think
that's
it might
most
be happening
likely.
now. I don't know. I really can't remember.
And then another fighting game that can show up is Mortal Kombat 1, which we just got a trailer for on Thursday, I believe.
Yeah, it was like around
Um,
there. Yeah.
that was like a that was a purely cinematic trailer, which kind of ended on what is possibly an in-game fatality, because I heard they've done that in the past in their previous trailers. Perhaps we'll get more of a gameplay deep dive on Wednesday. Who knows? What else could be showing? Oh, Silent Hill 2 remake. We know that there's a Silent Hill game in the works. And that's something that's been on everyone's mind for many years now. So,
Yeah, Konami
as
had that
always,
like presentation, I want to say a couple months ago, announcing like all these Silent Hill projects. And then
yes,
Silent Hill 2 is being done by I believe it's Bluebird team, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think that's right. The ones that did that Xbox exclusive one, the Medium, right? That's what it was.
Yeah,
Yeah, so they're working on that. Um, but speaking of Konami, there have been a lot of rumors about a Metal Gear Solid 3 remake.
that too.
And like there's still like a lot of things like we don't know about it, like if it's being done by Konami, like Konami's in charge of that, or if they handed it to Sony to have like, let's say Blue Point remake it, or I know a lot of people are throwing around another team, Virtuous team, I think that's what it is. Like for them to also handle that, so maybe we'll see that here. I don't know. There's like a lot of rumors on that. Um, at this point, those rumors are probably true. Where there's smoke, there's fire. It's just probably when and where will we see it? Like, is that gonna happen? Who knows? I find it kind of weird they're gonna do Metal Gear Solid 3 first as a remake instead of Metal Gear Solid 1. But I guess it is, like chronologically does happen first. So like I don't know what their plans are for this. So it's a wait and see approach for that. I am curious to see like how the Metal Gear franchise is gonna be like after Kojima left. Because as we saw with Metal Gear Survive, Konami didn't really handle that pretty well. Is all I'll say. Because that game was a dumpster fire.
um, what else could we see? Oh, we could see whatever what is it Blue Point is working on.
Yeah,
Um, everyone's hoping for Bloodborne remake, but I think Sony kind of put a damper on that when they said they're working on an original game, not a remake.
yeah.
Um,
People, I'm gonna just say this right now. People are thinking that Blue Point's working on Metal Gear Solid 3, and like I'm like, but Metal Gear Solid 3 is not an original game. Like, how is that? I don't know. It's a little
yeah,
weird that people are just like immediately into that when they said Blue Point's working on an original. They didn't say original IP. They said original game, but like still, that could mean like something new. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's a little.
It definitely doesn't mean remake, so
Yeah,
I think we can
exactly. At least
discount
in my eyes, you
Bloodborne,
know.
which is unfortunate because people have been clamoring for even just like a 60 FPS version
Yeah.
of Bloodborne forever.
Um,
um,
I don't know. Like this showcase is gonna be an hour long, so there's definitely gonna be like either a lot of extended looks at games or like a lot of like back to back announcements. And so like s- PlayStation wise, like the only thing like first party they have for this year right now is Spider Man. Unless I'm wrong about that, I could be wrong about that. I'm pretty sure Spider Man is like the only big first party game so far for this year.
mhm.
Um, Wolverine, we could probably see more about that. I don't expect that game until like 2025, late 2024, 2025, somewhere around there.
I expect it's gonna take a while. I don't think we're gonna see anything about Wolverine until after Spider-Man comes out.
I don't know. Maybe I kind of feel like we might get another trailer. I would have. So here's the thing about Wolverine, because like during that last PlayStation showcase, like they announced Wolverine, and we're like, oh shit, Insomniac's not doing Spider-Man 2, and then literally the
And
next
then they show
trailer is
Spider-Man
Spider-Man
2.
2, and then Spider-Man 2 is coming out first, and then Wolverine
To,
coming out
to be fair
afterwards.
though, in that showcase, they fired a few things off that weren't just quite ready to leave the oven yet. That Quantic Dream Star Wars game, for example.
Oh
That's a
yeah.
that's a
Oh,
prime
and
example.
Knights of the Old Republic remake too.
That too.
Yeah, that game's not coming out. I feel like that game's not coming out at
And
all.
I don't expect to hear a sound out of any of those two games.
I mean, you're right. Even like the first PlayStation showcase where they announced the PS5, they said God of War was coming out release here, and that didn't even happen at all.
Remember GTA 5 on the
Oh
next
yeah,
gen consoles?
oh yeah, I remember that.
So that's why I think
Speaking of GTA, you think we can see anything like GTA 6 related this showcase?
if Sony somehow lands GTA 6 in their showcase, that man, that is rubbing salt in the wound
I
for
mean,
Xbox's rough year.
I think like they got an exclusive deal for like PS5 owners that you get GTA 5, GTA Online
Yes,
PS5 for free, and
yes.
Xbox owners I think have to pay like $5 or something like that.
And I mean, it'd be kind of outlandish, but I'm sure there are some Sony ponies out there that are fantasizing about Sony making GTA 6 exclusive to
Oh,
PS5.
don't start with no. Rockstar's not gonna do that. They're bigger. I'm gonna say right now,
They crazy enough?
GTA like at this point is
It's
bigger
bigger
than
than PlayStation.
Sony. Yeah, I'll say that right now. GTA is bigger than like Sony. They want that money from PC and Xbox. That's for sure. That is 100% for sure. Maybe they'll get like an exclusive like mission or something, like how PlayStation always does with these third party games. But like
Yeah.
I am convinced that GTA 6 is not gonna be exclusive. If it is, you're gonna see a lot of riots from like Xbox console players. That's for sure, and PC console
God,
players too.
man.
Actually,
On the bright side, if they get GTA 6, then maybe that'll convince the UK to get their heads out of their asses and finally let Xbox get Activision.
oh
Um,
man,
do we see any PC stuff? Um, may
maybe
not be
like
Bloodborne, but we get Uncharted
mm,
on PC, Ghost of Tsushima on
well,
PC.
Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy is already on PC, which
Okay, yeah.
again is pretty weird to me. Like, why didn't you just put the trilogy on there first and then 4 and Lost
Hmm.
Legacy? A little weird. Um, trying to think. I was gonna say, what was the last thing they put on PC? I think it was actually The Last of Us Part One, and like that didn't do so hot performance wise in the early days. Probably better now.
I saw Digital Foundry put up a video on an update 1 month later for that game, and it's been doing better. It's not perfect, but it's more playable than before.
Yeah. I don't know. I would think like a lot of like the first year games should be on there. Like Ratchet and Clank is not on there yet.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Demon Souls is not on there yet. I wonder what Sony's strategy is, because like The Last of Us Part One is like the most recent PC port they did on there, and like came out like last year. And so I'm trying to figure out like what's the like strategy there. Returnal's on there now, but not like I said, like not Demon Souls or anything like that. Even though Returnal like came out after Demon Souls. So I want to know what's the strategy there? Like what makes them decide that this game goes on PC but this one doesn't? I'm like confused about that really. Um yeah, I don't know. Like I need to look at a list of like what's already on PC and what's not. But I kind of feel like we might see like at least one PC announcement of what game. I don't know. Is Ghost of Tsushima on PC yet? I kind of feel like that could
No,
be a good
it's not.
one
Yeah,
to
but
put on
it'd
there.
definitely be a hit.
Yeah. But yeah, VR stuff we're obviously gonna see there. I think they already announced that they're gonna show a couple of VR things there as well. Um, I don't know. VR is still kind of like a miss so far, in my opinion. Um, there is just like not really like I guess like not hitting the way it really should be, especially at that price point. That price point is kind of like the biggest thing holding it back, in my opinion. That and the games, like a lot of like big games are still not on PSVR 2. Like Beat Saber is not on there. Half Life Alex is not on there.
I expect there to be like a 3 minute sizzle reel of look at all the games kind of PSVR 2, and it's all the
Yeah,
games that people have been playing for years already, but it just finally coming to
yeah.
PSVR 2.
I
Um,
actually I can see. I know they announced it earlier. Resident Evil 4 VR. I think they can announce like
yes.
that mode coming to um
Was it
finally coming out.
Mercenaries or was that? Am I thinking of something else?
No, Mercenaries already came out. I think it's like they're
Okay, okay.
and not. Let me clarify this. Not the OG Resident Evil 4 VR that's on Oculus Quest or whatever now. I'm talking about Resident
Yeah.
Evil 4 remake VR that they announced like the last
Oh God.
thing or whatever. Yeah, but like that, I expect probably going to be there like a date for that. Um,
Maybe
going
get
back to,
Half-Life Alex on PSVR 2.
maybe yeah, that could be a good one
Yeah.
there too. Going back to Capcom real quick and Street Fighter. I don't know if they ever announced like the DLC for that, but if they didn't, then probably show that here.
Do we get Persona 6?
No,
I had to try.
not here, especially because like of those. I kind of feel like that Persona 3 remake rumor that I feel
Oh
like that's
yeah.
real, and like there was a rumor going around that it's gonna be shown at the Xbox showcase, and I'm like, interesting.
That'd be
Hope it's
hot.
real. Hope it's real.
That'd be hot, man. But yeah, yeah, considering those leaks, I'm guessing we're gonna get the remake before we're gonna get Persona 6.
Yeah, I think like Atlas is gonna announce Persona 6 like on their own time. Um, I'm still one of those crazy guys who just wants one more Persona 5 like spinoff because like they haven't followed up on the Royal
It's
continuity
crazy. We
yet.
just got one. We just got Strikers and that's it.
Strikers was like 2 years ago, man.
I know.
3 years ago at this point. No, no, 2 years, 2 years ago. Yeah, Royal was Royal
Wait,
2020. I don't remember.
yeah.
And
I
Strikers
don't
was
know at this point.
2021. I don't remember.
Yeah, where's that dancing game?
We already
Give
had
me
a
it.
dancing game. The one they put out too early.
Wait, wait, they did? We did?
Yeah. They literally put it out like right after Persona
Oh
5.
yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, I know. How can I miss
And
that?
they put that out way too early because now there's like Royal, there's Strikers, there's Persona
Yeah, we
Q2.
we need the fighting game that's with the Royal Cannon, right? Get Sumire and Crow and all these games. Get on that.
For real.
Um,
But yeah, there's that. But I kind of feel like, yeah. Oh, wait, but there's also that Persona 5 mobile game that just came out that they had the beta for in
uh,
China. So
don't talk
that one
about
doesn't
that, man.
count though. That one doesn't
That's
count.
a lie. That game's a
But
gotcha
yeah,
scam.
going back to like Persona 3 predictions. Even if like Atlas was here, I don't even think it would be like anything Persona related, to be honest. Because like they like to do their own announcements for that, like the concerts they announce all those things there.
Yeah,
Um,
man. If I see the Alice logo, I just see like, oh, what the fuck else do they make? Do they make Near,
no, that's
or
a Square.
oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, but then
I
again,
don't know.
last year Atlas did announce like the ports of Persona 3, 4, and 5 coming to Xbox at the showcase, and then literally 2 weeks later the Switch announcement happened, so that was a little weird.
Hey, all right. So I think we're about to wrap it up. You got any last thing you want to say about the showcase?
I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see what's new. PlayStation, I really haven't been like I don't want to say like ain't like dissatisfied with it, but like I've definitely been touching my PlayStation less these past like couple years because this generation just kind of felt pretty weird where a lot of the stuff is still like cross generation. A lot of the stuff just still doesn't feel like it's pushing the consoles to their limit yet. A lot of the stuff just feels like it hasn't been like well optimized for the new consoles. Like Jedi Survivor was like PS4 or not, excuse me, PS5 and Xbox Series X only, but like that game just did not run great. Um,
Yeah,
a lot of stuff is like with cross generation still. Resident Evil 4 remake with PS4 and PS5. So this
God of
generation has
War.
been God of War, yeah. So this generation has just been feeling a little weird where the games are just not taking advantage of the hardware and nothing has like really wowed me yet. And so I'm hoping for like now that we're getting to that era of like, all right, we're cutting off PS4 and Xbox One, that we're gonna get like a lot more interesting games. Like I know Street Fighter 6 is still supporting PS4, but it's not supporting Xbox One. Mortal Kombat,
Really?
yeah,
Damn.
it's just a weird thing there. Mortal Kombat just completely axed the Xbox One and PS4, but it's coming to Switch, weirdly enough. So,
Oh, for
but
fuck's sakes.
hey, that just goes to show like the Switch is like still popular and stuff like that. So
It
it it,
refuses to die.
it
You
refuses
want to
to
see a
die.
game that stretches the a console to its limits? Just look at Tears of the Kingdom, man.
Yeah,
That
Hogwarts
thing is held
Legacy is
together
coming
with
to
duct tape.
to the Switch, even though that got delayed again. Um, but yeah, I'm just excited to see like now that we're hopefully out of that cross gen cycle that we get like a lot more games that are exclusive to these consoles and use the power a lot more. I want to see the SSDs be taken advantage of. I want to see like new stuff being done with the CPUs and stuff. Like
Yeah, I wanted to see Unreal 5 being explored to its full use.
yeah, exactly. And like going back to Tears of the Kingdom real quick, the thing about that game is that it's not pushing graphics, it's not pushing like fidelity or anything like that. It's pushing
Pushing
mechanics,
physics.
it's pushing physics and AI and stuff like that. I want games on this generation of consoles to do more of that. Like, yeah, sure, graphics are awesome and stuff like that. They look nice. But like I want to see more innovation on that side, like the physics and like all that stuff in the games. Um and of course better frame rate as well. Like I am
I
surprised
want
like
60 frames.
that
I don't know about you, but
Redfall
I want 60 frames.
and Gotham
Yes,
Knights
Redfall,
didn't launch at
cough
60 frames
cough.
per second. Like, come on, man. Are we seriously doing this again? Like, just stop it. Jedi Survivor performance mode is not a performance mode at all. Like, we need to have these like options available now. People are getting more used to 60 frames per second. It's time for developers to embrace that. Stop, stop it with the graphics race. Ray tracing, it's cool in the graphics mode. Don't have it in the performance mode. I'm looking at you, Jedi. Ray tracing is on in performance mode for some reason. There's no way to toggle it off. But yeah,
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm kind of over ray tracing at this point. I want my frames, man.
yeah.
I want a smooth
Sorry
experience.
for the little rant there. I'm just like tired of like this graphics race going on.
It's
Like
okay.
sure,
I
graphics
empathize.
are nice, but like, come on, look at Zelda and how innovative that is. Do more with the hardware and it's on 10-year-old like potato hardware. Like, come on.
Potato for sure. And the last thing I'll say is that I think I'm in a very interesting position as a customer because again, I'm the Xbot. I love Microsoft. I love them to death. Microsoft Activision, give it to them. Um, but this showcase is gonna be very interesting for me because for the first time, like I am very tempted to actually purchase a PS5 for the library of games because I know they're gonna come out with high quality bangers. Um and like this could I mean I know man Phil Spencer he said that there's no situation where Starfield comes out as like an 11 out of 10. It's not gonna and it's gonna persuade PS5 users to sell their PS5 and come to Xbox.
Yeah,
And here am I
that's a
thinking
whole
of
different topic that I want to get
going the
into at
opposite
one
way.
point, but yeah. And then there's one more thing I totally forgot to mention about this, but like, do we see like new PS5 hardware at this showcase?
No,
Because like there has been those rumors of that PS5 with the detachable disc drive and all that stuff, like a revision, I guess is what it is, instead of like an actual like pro model. But it'd be interesting if it was here.
there is not a chance.
Yeah, I probably don't expect that here. Probably like that would probably be a blog post is what I want to say.
That's like a Mark Cerny like university lecture type of deal that's
Yeah.
gonna put me to sleep.
And then the last thing I want to say to PlayStation before this showcase. If the game has a release date, please tell us in the showcase. Don't do it an hour later in the blog. Spider-Man, I forget what it might have been Spider-Man 2, I don't remember. But like or no, it was Miles Morales, I remember now. They showed us Miles Morales in the showcase, didn't show a date. Literally the next hour, it was in the blog post. And I'm just like, why?
Yeah,
Why didn't you
I
just tell us it
can't.
was a launch title for the PlayStation? It was so weird.
I'm looking forward to reading the blog post. It's going to have all the information that we're actually interested in, such as
Yeah.
whether a game is exclusive to
Or
PlayStation or not.
yep, more detail. I think KOTOR
Like,
was that was
yeah,
like
that was
in
a
the blog
big
post.
confusion, and there's a whole mix up with Final Fantasy 16 as well that people weren't sure about.
Yeah, like a lot of the communication, like in the presentations, are weird. Hopefully, they ironed that out this time around.
Yeah, enough sneaky tactics to get us to buy your console. Okay. All right, so I think that wraps up our conversation about Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom and the Sony Showcase on May 24th. I had a very good time discussing this with you, Eric. It's a good time to play games right now.
It
That's
is.
for
It
sure.
very much is.
And if you enjoy this conversation, please follow us on YouTube and on all our podcast platforms, X to Interact, where you can catch our episodes every Tuesday, where we talk about all the fun stuff and occasionally do some fun and wacky stuff. And until then, I've been your host, Gaff, with Eric. See you next week.